What's up? Brian Tong here, and welcome to the Apple Bits for everything good and bad inside the world of Apple. We've got plenty on tap for this video. New iPhone 13 details. The iPad display could be getting another upgrade next year. Plus, we got AirPods Pro 2 and new MacBook Pro updates. But we're going to start with the iPhone 12s or iPhone 13. I mean, it's whatever you want to call it right now until it's official. But the latest report from Max Weinbach and Everything Apple Pro claims Apple plans to include a slightly bigger wireless charging coil in the iPhone 13 lineup that will potentially help with heat management and a higher wattage, but could also bring reverse wireless charging to the iPhone for the very first time. Now, Weinbach says Apple is looking to make the physical wireless charging coil larger in the 2021 iPhones and had earlier reported it would also feature stronger magnets. We've already seen how third-party MagSafe products have put stronger magnets in their accessories for a tighter hold compared to what Apple has included on their own MagSafe accessories. Now, these larger coils could also be used for reverse wireless charging, but it's been reported by Bloomberg that it's unlikely to come in the near future to the iPhone. So if you were hoping to charge your AirPods or Apple Watch, your iPhone, don't hold your breath. Even if Samsung and Huawei phones and others have had it since 2018. Now, Bloomberg reported that Apple was planning reverse wireless charging for the 2022 iPad Pro, which we covered in a recent video. And its larger size battery and larger surface area to reverse charge multiple devices makes sense, but I like having the option to do this on all of my devices. And I can hear those of you saying, I don't want this, I don't need this, but it adds more utility like charging your phone and then placing your AirPods on top of it to charge both of them at the same time without having to use extra charging cables. I don't know about you, but I would like to do this with my phone. Now, we've already seen portrait video mode also come to the iPhone in the updated FaceTime app in iOS 15. So what's holding it back from being in the regular camera app now? Well, Max Weinbach also reports that the portrait video feature will be available by default on the 2021 iPhones. But unless they can really clean up the edges better, I've been using the beta. I don't know how much I'll be using it since I don't really like how it looks on FaceTime right now. It kind of reminds me of that bad zoom portrait effect background at the moment, but obviously it can get better. A new iPhone 13 case leak from Chinese blogging website Weibo shows an iPhone 12 Pro in what is believed to be a case for the iPhone 13 Pro that potentially reveals how much larger the camera module will increase in size on the back of the new iPhone. And this is a big difference if you look here, and if it's true. You know, we talked about the camera improvements in my last video with autofocus on the ultra-wide camera, better low-light performance for ultra-wide, and then a sensor shift image stabilization that comes to all the iPhones this year. Another post shows an iPhone 12 Pro Max inside a purported iPhone 13 Pro Max, where the module looks to have increased in size as well, but just by a little bit more compared to the Pro design. We've seen the arrangement of the cameras on the standard iPhone 13 and 13 mini. They're expected to be repositioned, but we'll have to wait and see if these case designs are accurate or just a guess based on rumors or leaks. Now, the iPhone used to be the device that set up the new processor and tech coming to their entire portable devices, but that's not the case anymore. According to Nikkei Asia, Apple will launch an iPad in 2022 that will feature a new processor based on the next generation 3nm process. TSMC is producing the chips, and compared to the 5nm chip process that's in Apple's latest devices, the 3nm tech increases performance by 10 to 15% while reducing power consumption by 25 to 30%. And this would mean big benefits for devices using the new chip technology. It was the recent iPad Air, which was the first device to launch with a 5nm A14 Bionic chip before the iPhone due to delays with the iPhone release. The iPhone 12 uses that same chip, and then Apple's M1 chip is based on the same 5nm architecture. We don't know if we'll see this new 3nm chip in the next iPad Air or iPad Pro. The Pro does get updated every 12 to 18 months, so it might be the likely candidate to see it sometime in the second half of 2022. We've also heard multiple reports that Apple is planning to bring an iPad with an OLED display in 2022. A report from The Elect says Apple plans to release a 10.8-inch iPad with an OLED display next year that could possibly be the new iPad Air. You have multiple iPad models that are expected to get OLED displays for 2023. Now, this new mini LED display that we just got is already a big improvement on the Pro, but OLED, it gives you even deeper blacks, truer color, without having the risk of potential burn-in over time, compared to mini LED, which has no burn-in risks, but can typically hit a higher peak brightness, but also has blooming issues because its display technology is being controlled by multiple zones in the display and not individual pixels like OLED. And if you're holding out for the next generation AirPods Pro, analyst Ming-Chi Kuo might be squashing your hopes after he reports Apple is planning to release the AirPods Pro 2 next year. That supports an earlier report from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman in May. We've seen that demand for AirPods overall slightly lower than expected according to analysts, but even if they're still selling like gangbusters, these new AirPods Pro could possibly bring a new design that gets rid of the stems completely, even maybe taking a page from the recent Beats Studio Buds. The new compact design without the signature fugly stems is currently in testing, but the biggest question remains, will they stay in our ears while talking? Bloomberg reported that the new AirPods Pro will include updated motion sensors that will have a focus on fitness tracking. We've heard Apple's VP of Technology, Kevin Lynch, he hinted in a recent interview with TechCrunch that Apple may collect data from multiple devices like the iPhone and Apple Watch and AirPods together. He confirmed Apple is already using sensor fusion across some devices today and says there is all kinds of potential here. And that type of hint supports the report that the next-gen AirPods 2 will get updated motion sensors. I know, to me, those stems are just nasty, but they are a signature to the AirPods. I like the fact that, at least with the Pros, the stems can be used for track control or turning on noise canceling, so they at least have functionality. But would you be sad if AirPods got rid of their signature stems, or would you be happy with an all-new, sleeker design? I'd love to hear what you think. Put it in the comments, because are you team stems or team clean when it comes to new design of the AirPods? You know, for me, visually, I love the Beats Studio Buds and also the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus. Those are my two favorite looking wireless earbuds right now. Both of them are pretty clean, but it doesn't mean that they sound the best or have the best tech inside them. So we're going to see if the AirPods Pro 2 that we expect next year can really find that balance to do both. All right, sticking in the music world, Spotify recently launched a new beta of its desktop app that's optimized for Macs with the M1 chip. Now, I'm going to be the first to say, I don't really know how much optimization you're getting from a music player app. And yes, you want all your apps to be native, but I'm assuming it uses less resources and consumes less power. But you can download the beta from their community site. Remember, it's still a beta, but it's a good sign that an official version is on its way sooner rather than later. All right, a new claim from leaker Dylan DKT claims that the new MacBook Air model that we've seen in potential renders already is on track to launch in the first half of 2022. But the big news is that it's planning to launch the new M2 chip with it. Now that would mean the M1X would be used for new higher end Pro Macs, which could include the upcoming MacBook Pro, the potential larger screen iMac, and then other future Macs. I know a lot of people, you were disappointed that there wasn't a large screen iMac without a bezel, but you know what product looks a lot like what you all hoped for? The recent Samsung QN98 TV that I reviewed. Look, that base looks similar to an iMac with a minimal bezel, and it just looks like a TV. It doesn't really look like anything unique, and some of you are screaming, that's exactly what I want. But then it reaffirms my belief that we're going to see some sort of a chin on this rumored new larger screen iMac. I could be wrong, but design detail like a chin does feel and look different and really does feel like a Mac. Okay, back to the M2, and Dylan DKT has a pretty strong track record in these matters. He predicted that the iPad Pro would feature an M1 chip 5 months before it came out this year. He also said the new redesigned iMac would include an M1 and not an M1X chip, so he was right on both accounts. So if it's true, M2 and the MacBook Air in 2022, and if we're talking about what else is coming out this year, DigiTimes reports that those new MacBook Pros that we all wanted to see at WWDC with a slimmer design, mini LED displays, a new Apple Silicon chip, well, they are a-coming, but you're gonna have to wait for this fall, September to be exact, when Apple will announce them according to the report. Apple is ramping up their mini LED production, which was rumored to be one of the possible choking points in the production pipeline. DigiTimes points to the third quarter of this year, which is July, August, and September, and says shipments are expected to peak in October. So that would indicate September is likely the target month right now for the announcement. And I can't wait. I know that I can be patient because this is the Apple product that I've been waiting for all year. You got more ports, an SD card reader, HDMI, a new Apple chip, new mini LED display, and then a new flat edge design. These are all rumored features, but if that's what I'm getting in 2021, I don't even need to say anything to hype this new MacBook Pro up. It's already hype, and this thing is just going to be amazing for my workflow. I hope it's going to be amazing. All right, that's going to do it for now, everybody. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell. ding to get all my videos when they drop. And if you want more Apple goodness, you can check out my Apple Bits XL audio podcast. It's weekly. You get the latest deep dive with all these stories and new ones every week with special guests. Plus, you can support my content at patreon.com/BrianTong, where you'll get early access to content, exclusive rewards at each level, and a completely ad-free version of my podcast. It starts at $2 a month, and those of you that have supported me have really allowed me to keep doing this, and I'm so grateful for it. So check it out, patreon.com/BrianTong. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Take care and be safe. Peace.